Well, a number of sporadic events and a number of sporadic protests have culminated to this. Students from different universities, student representative councils of different universities have decided to embark on a march to NSFAS students to raise their grievances, which are pertaining to the fact that NSFAS will pay the allowances directly to the students, and the fact that the appeals are taking a process, and the fact that most students are being excluded, are being left vulnerable, and the fact that they are struggling with their accommodation. But I will be joined with one of the students leaders from University of Free State to speak to us about some of the grievances that they're going to raise. Finally, you are making your way to NSFAS offices. I understand you were there sometime last week.
Yes.
What happened in that meeting?
In our meeting last week, we had experienced challenges where NSFAS itself gave us arrogance in terms of they didn't even allow us inside their offices. They have resorted to meeting us outside near dustbins as if we do not represent any institutions of higher learning, and they even disregarding the ISRCs and the SRCs across the country when they met us outside the NSFAS offices near dustbins in that regard. But then now our gathering here today is for us then now voice out and show our immediate dissatisfaction with NSFAS itself and their processes. Then it's showing us, because in this moment in time, the students that are currently here at the back, they are struggling. They haven't even received their meal allowances, let alone accommodation allowances, and even learning materials. But we are nearing exams in these coming weeks, but the students have nothing to then now deal with in that regard. So we're also calling for the immediate halt of the direct payment implementation, because we believe it is not for students in that regard where NSFAS wants to use private fintech companies to then now process allowances for students as opposed to the current system being put in place. So we are rejecting that in that regard, my brother.
How will the direct payment to the students or the use of service providers impact or disempower the students?
Yes, as we're currently seeing in the TVET sector currently is that students are even receiving on the apps that they're supposed to facilitate these payments of theirs. They're seeing anonymous withdrawals from their accounts. Like, for example, someone can just withdraw 10 rand from their account without them even knowing. So we're saying that, of course, the system itself, we're not given time to even engage with the service providers as to then now what exactly do they have to implement. They only called us for regional meetings, where the regional meetings were not fruitful because we were rejecting the implementation because we were not consulted when they made such a decision. And students are going to be disempowered because now these students are unable to then now even arrive yet at NSFAS. Some of them are from Free State as we speak. So to come to NSFAS is really a long ride. I think 13 hours with the bus. So imagine now they're having challenges with a card that is supposed to be processed by Izaga, somewhere company that will be based either in Cape Town or even in Johannesburg, but they're from Free State. So when they have challenges with their card, where are they going to go?
Do we know how many students are affected by all of this?
Yeah, with the issue of direct payment is going to affect all beneficiaries because NSFAS intends on doing it for all institutions that are there. They have piloted on some, but they have given a directive that other institutions are also going to be implemented from the 1st of June in that regard. Yes.
Your name again?
My name is Sepang Bambo, the ISRC President General of UFS.
Yes. Sepang Bambo from University of Free State, just outlining some of the grievances that we are going to raise there at NSFAS offices, saying numerous attempts to try and engage with the management there have proved futile. So they are embarking on the road now to hand over these grievances in an attempt and in the hope that NSFAS will address that, and also those students that are excluded from tuitions, from accommodations, especially those who are registered for less than 60 credits, will be accommodated during this term and furthermore. From myself, Atule Joka, and my colleague Lukhanya Wasansana.